right, hello. I think this is working now.
Hey guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is live streaming now. Perfect. What's up? I am now just getting comfortable here. If you guys don't know, I make Inspire Nails, and I am going to add a couple new features to it today. Specifically, right now you can make posts, but some of the UI is not super great. And I also want you to have a way to like posts, view again the things that you have liked. I think that's pretty much going to be it. At least to start. I want to work on likes, so I guess we'll get started. For those of you who don't know what Inspire Nails is, that's completely fine. It's this website right here. What you can do, this uses a core backend. You can get nail inspiration ideas. Here's a couple suggestions. So for example, we might have matte black with accents. And it's going to come up with ideas first. It's going to choose an idea. It's going to generate some images. And then you're going to see that it's going to create pinstripe perfection. And then you're going to see the images. And then you can refine it and say like, oh, well, actually, I didn't want it to be pinstripe. I want it to be like maybe a cross design or something like that. So yeah, so we put in matte black with accents, came up with pinstripe perfection as an idea. And then we can say, I want a cross instead of a pinstripe. You generate the idea. Lavender lace crosses. Oh, how nice. I don't think this is going to keep the matte black. It has some ways to go. This is not a complete product at this point. But as you can see, now we can have some crosses. It's pretty sweet, pretty fun. You can make posts and it will give you your suggested approach. Things like the materials that you're going to need, the instructions step by step, how are you going to end up doing this. All those absolutely fun sorts of things. So the thing that this is missing right now is the number of likes. So I'm going to flip over to my code here. And might as well just get to work. I'm not going to talk too much on this stream. I'm going to focus on getting these features done and out. This is just a project that I have though, so it's not like I'm under the gun or anything like that. Alright. The last feature I made was this home button up here. As you can see, it's a home button. Just leads you home. Oh yeah, and I guess you can also scroll through the page to see all the other ones that people have made. So if we go back here, we've got in the back end here. Yes. I'm going for likes. User like, here we go. So each post has its own post ID. Nail post. Has an idea, has the user ID who posted it, and an image URL, but it comes from this abstract entity class, which has a lot of nice helper functions and that sort of thing. And that includes an ID. Now, theoretically, when a user adds a like, they want to record it as with that user ID and post ID. What we also want is some really nice way to store this. If we just store user likes on their own Mongo collection, then it's going to be really bad later because we're going to have this huge Mongo collection at scale, millions and millions, billions, trillions of likes. When oftentimes what we really want is we want to know what one user has liked and we want to know how many likes are on a certain post. So we can do that. So I'm just gonna add a new property here for likes and user like service. We're gonna have to create something. To add a like, so add like CLS. And I think we can just upload a like. We should probably make sure that this doesn't already exist. I have a tool here for generating new queries. And this tool, Python tools generates. And then we generate a query for user likes. Get user like by user ID and post ID. Just to see if it exists. Now that we've generated that, user ID, post ID. Now we can grab the collection and is the user ID equal to the user ID that we've passed in? And is the post ID equal to the post ID that we've passed in? We find everything from there. Serialize objects is like this. But I want this to be a generator. Actually, I think we can just change this to be next. No. No, we cannot. Okay. I think if serialize objects is more than 0, return the first one. No. There we go. Else. There we go. So now we should only ever, at maximum, return 1. And if it doesn't exist, we return an error. So when we're adding this like, we can first check. Don't need var. So we can just check. Now, if this optional here, if user like optional is some thing, yeah, then we return an error, because that means that this user has already liked this post. In fact, I think we should pass in a user ID and a post ID instead. And I'll tell you why in a second here. It's because we want to regenerate this user like so that we can have all of these filled in automatically. And I can only imagine that up on the controller level, that's where we'll grab the user ID, so it can use a user can just post, like, and then the post ID. Oh man, the post HTML or post HTTP and post as in a nail post is going to get confusing here. But that's okay. Alright, so now we can generate this user like. Obviously I forgot to do something here. Boom. Now isn't that delightful? The other thing we want to do is we want to increment on that post. We want to increment the number of likes it has. Nail post increment nail post likes. I built this tool myself in order to generate some code using OpenAI. So now this should have done it. Yeah, that seems about right. I'm not sure if I want to set updated by, or actually I don't know if I want to set any of these things. Just because you're not really updating the post, so it might obfuscate, like, if someone actually makes changes to the post. I'm not sure. Theoretically, you should just be able to. You know, I'm gonna do that. We don't need all of this, especially for something that's happening so frequently. We don't want to be updating all of those so often. That seems like a bit of overkill. For sure. So, no user provider needed, no date time needed. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so you find one, you update it, then you return the result, or you return an error. So, increment optional. Nail post likes command. Perfect. You have nail post ID, and you are adding 1. Cool. So wait that, and then let's have it so that if this doesn't work, we're gonna throw an error, because that means nothing incremented, and we'll be fine to just toss out an error right here and just leave things alone. But if it did work, then we continue on, and I think we just add the like here. And there we go. And this upsert command also returns the basically whatever you pass in. But it's an optional because the upsert might not work because you might not be able to connect to Mongo, whatever. So this is going to pass out option user like. You should have something similar for remove like. Now if this is an error, well, does it really matter? Because you'll have it by the delete anyways. Let's just return that. Actually, you know what? We can just have user like equals user like. We can just use value or throw because this will just throw an error. I'll throw an error if this user hasn't liked this post. And then we have the ID, and we can call. Oh wait, we also have to decrement this as well. And then finally, delete by, I think I can delete by ID. Yeah, that would be the user like.id, I think. Yeah. Because we grabbed this to see which like was the user ID and post ID. We take back the likes from that post. And then we delete the like. So now if we go to our user like controller, these should stay as admins. I think that's fine. Those are quite naive. So what this thing does is it grabs the user ID via JWT. So essentially when you authenticate, when you log in, you're given a token, and attached to the token on my side, on the server side, is going to be your roles and your user ID. That's also how we can prevent people from calling stuff like this if they don't have the correct roles. There are some downsides to doing that, because then there are times where if you take admin away from someone but they still have the same bearer token, then they can still log in, which is not good. Excuse me. And now /remove/string post ID. And we're basically just going to do the same thing, except in reverse here, which is actually still basically the same thing. There we go. So now we have our API calls to add user likes and remove user likes. Seems pretty sweet. These things are all good over here. Let's go through these again, because I don't know how much I trust. So we grab the collection, we find the seeds and make sure user ID and post ID are the same. We serialize all of what we found. We should just limit this to 1 too, shouldn't we? It's not like we need to get anything other than that. We don't need to grab everything. We only need to grab one like, because that's all there ever will be, theoretically. And we should probably make a Mongo index for that as well. And then if you have one, return it. If you don't have one, say you didn't have one. Okay. This wants to make sure that the ID. Ooh, okay, that's. Yes. Yes, that's actually correct, yeah. For some reason, I almost thought that we were doing user likes here. Increment likes by the amount. I just want to make sure that it can handle negative amounts. Cool. You never know. You always want to make sure. So you find one and update, because there shouldn't be any other ones. And then, perfect. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's beautiful. So, now I'm gonna update my objects. Oh. Need to update some packages here. I recently switched this over to be async Boto 3, and the speed gains on that is just incredible. I've never seen speed gains like that before. But that means that some of my packages were not properly updated. Generate TypeScript API. So that should change. Yeah. Shouldn't it have added, should have added stuff down here, but it didn't. Did this not work? Yeah, so this is, oh. Wait, maybe it's this one. Nails front end API.tsx. Okay, that is this one. So it is generating this one. It switched the order around on some things. Oh, I know why. It's because it uses this file. It uses registry.json, which gets updated whenever you start the server. So now if we do this, and we look back at our API changes, Now we've got all these beautiful new things like add by post ID, remove by post ID. It's actually all of it. That's okay. And our objects have been updated ever so slightly. So, oh no, what have I done? Okay. That's silly. Because this is a string enum, my converter doesn't like that. And it says, this is actually this class, which doesn't exist elsewhere. So that's why that is like that. I think we can, let's just hack it. I don't care. I don't care at all. Because we can just add those to the custom stuff. I don't know. What is going on? Oh, it's because I didn't even type in the right tool. That's why. See, now look at that beautiful blue color up here. We have got it going on. So now we have two new things. AI message, because I changed some stuff earlier with the way that things generate. And the number of likes that we have. We actually don't even need this. This is completely useless to us on the front end. But always better to have. And likes. Cool. Amazing. So now, ooh, this is going to be wonderful. So all of this is great. I haven't tested anything though, and I don't need to. Let's just go to the nail post page. That's going to be this page. I might need a small icon for likes. But whichever, we can just add something simple for now. P nail post likes. Oh, we need to run a Mongo script, don't we? Okay. Let's just run a migrator. I have this nice migrator controller. I might as well. I don't have this migrator controller. I got rid of it. Well, all the new ones will have 0 likes. And all the old ones can be just fine. Yeah, we'll just say they have 0 likes. If they don't have likes, they have 0 likes. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. This has 0 likes. Don't need a period there. That looks bad. Okay. you should be able to like a post from here. Man, I kind of need a nice simple heart, like one that's filled and one that's not. I could just use a plus sign or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to be spending my whole time making assets. I want to make code. Anybody watching is probably watching to see me write some code and type on a nice sounding keyboard. So let's just make a button. I don't mind too much. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna post set like post. Nice. Okay, so you can like or unlike. I like that being in. You know what? Let's call it love. Seems nicer. I kind of like it. Yeah, love. Boom. And on click. Oh, we should probably make a whole function. Toggle liked equals async. If new status is to like the post, yeah, okay, I like that. New user like API dot add post ID. Perfect. Yeah, that's wonderful. Of course not. It's gonna be nail post ID. Otherwise, you can remove it. Bump bump. Okay. Beautiful. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure that my cookie handler has the changes I put earlier. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. So on click this should toggle. On click equals toggle liked. Oh, as this should. Well, okay, here's the question. Well, okay, so here's the thing, is that like if you load into this page, you get the likes, but you've already liked it and you're already counted in there. So liked post should be true. but you don't want to add one to it because I want this to update. I want this to update to say 1 likes instead of 0 likes. Okay, so I think once you load into the page, it should send out something else. Okay, cost. Get user like, maybe? For this post ID, user like controller, you should be able to get post string post ID. So this will get and it should return to you just a boolean. Is have you already liked it or no? And grab your user ID. Post ID, UUID of the post ID would be nice. And then just return results dot is sum. And this returns, so this will return an error if you haven't liked it. And so then that will return false. So false, you haven't liked it. Okay, perfect. We can do this again, generate TypeScript API, and that should okay. Self. Mailpost.id, hey? Okay. I think we can actually, yeah, we don't even need that. Well, we kind of do. I kind of like it. But we can just do this instead. And then so this will help us determine have we already liked it? And then if we like it, set current likes, or if we haven't, rev +1, set current likes, rev -1. Okay, then we just, instead of displaying that directly, we display that. And that's actually going to be super nice, because then we don't have to update that every single time that the state of something else changes. We can just keep that and only use 2 states. So it would also be nice. I think it's called ID. Yeah, there we go. Liked is going to be called Boolean. Cool. All right. So on this page, I'm thinking we can just pass that in when you load the page. No need for all of this extra stuff. You know what I mean? You can just start it off like that. You don't need to start this. And this, I need to yeah. Let's go. 2 errors. Oh, perfect. That's super dope. Something's wrong there. What have I done? What have I done? Can't neither of these. I find that anytime you have like a use effect that happens instantly, that isn't checking if something's client side or server side, it is a sign of poor management. But the real question is, why does this not work? Now, does that work? Okay, that does not work. Cannot read property of null nail ID. Wait, what? Why does that only happen? But wait, if I undo all this stuff. Why does that not work? Is this not right? Hold on. Is this not correct? I mean, fair enough, but that's not the only thing. Failed to compile. Is that really the case? Is that really what happened? Is that true? If so, that's kind of ridiculous. But whichever, that's okay. So now it just passes that in. When you unlove, you love. Boom, boom, boom. For no other reason than I want to. isn't that sweet? Never mind. That did freaking nothing. Freaking nothing. This should do something. Yes. Boom. No user like found. What? That doesn't make any sense at all. True. Oh, probably because... Oh, look who said it again. Now that should theoretically happen. Hello? Hello? Why does this not work? Should be working. Is it because I didn't pass in the token? Yippee. And over here, I can do likes. Nope, I can do no post.likes or 0. So that when I go back to old posts like this, wondrous, wonderful. Boom. New incognito window. Localhost. And if I go back here, should say 1, but I can also make it 2. Wow. Now if I refresh this one, 2. Wonderful. I guess you guys don't see what I'm seeing here. You can unlove, you can love. Wow, isn't that sweet? Isn't that fun? Cool. Amazing. I wonder if this is going to have an error at some point. So I ended up removing it last. Wow, that works really well. All right, now post panel. Let's do a similar thing. Oh. It has me thinking, what if we got the user likes by user ID and post IDs? Oh, we'd have to change everything. Well, I am going to be right back. Hello. Wonderful. Wonderful. Sweet. I'm back. Oh, let me see here. Okay. Let's zoom this guy back out. Alright. We're making some fantastic progress so far, I think. Yeah, I was just about to go and change this to be post IDs. Oh boy, that's fun. Oh, it's all happening now. So instead of this, it's just gonna return all of the serialized objects. So it's gonna be a list. Boom. Dollars in. Post IDs. Okay. Okay, so where is this? Don't need that, don't need that. Where is this referenced? Where is this referenced here? How do we do this? How do we do this? We have a string DTO. What if we had a list of strings DTO? Might sound crazy, but it's a list of strings. And then we could just pass it in here, entity, and then it would be list string DTO. In fact, why don't we just go crazy? Get a class list GUID DTO. They'll never see it coming. And all of these will then get serialized as GUIDs. Perfect. List GUID DTO. Boom. We can probably remove these things. There we go. I love these DTOs because it means that we can just pass in a list of GUIDs. By post IDs. Oh, we don't even need that. Get self user likes by post IDs. Wonderful. What could possibly go wrong other than the second I actually use this and regenerate the TypeScript API, everything's gonna break over here. Oh no, I had the wrong thing on the wrong screen. My bad. I'm gonna flip this over. There we go. So, oh, fricky frocky. Because this is just gonna, okay, here's what we're gonna return. We can actually just return this. This just returns all the user likes. User like. And we return a list of user likes. And this will just say, which of these posts have they liked already? And that'll be quite delightful. There we go. And this should be all right. nail post ID. Actually, I can just do legs.length because that just, yeah, there we go. But this doesn't return a Boolean, does it? It shouldn't. Use a leg controller. This. Promise of a Boolean. But it doesn't, does it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it just didn't update properly. Cool. So now when I go here, did that not work? Is there a 500 or something? So I got the nail post. Okay, so clearly there was an error. Error fetching data. Does that say somewhere in here? Oh, that's so silly. Yeah, okay. Can't have a body, whatever. We'll just make this a post then, I don't really care. Now this is gonna get mad. Show like self. And now it works. Okay, so that one. And that one I have not. That one I have. That one I have not. And now I have. Now I have. Now I have. Boom. Unhandled exception. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, I know what the problem is. It's because when you add or subtract the like, currently it doesn't actually work. Because this returns the wrong thing. I kind of like this better anyways. Just because then if there's some like problem with the database and this throws an error anyways, you're not going to add a second like or delete a like or whatever, right? So oh, I have this really nice first value or throw thing. And it will throw if there's no, yeah, it'll throw if there is no values at all, which is exactly what we want. And it will also throw if it has an error, which again is exactly what we want. I just haven't figured out how to get the typing on there correct, but that's okay. And that's what we want anyways. Okay, yeah, that's all of it perfect. Cool, that's sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. That has started now. Boom. Everything should work now. Okay. Nail post page. Everything works as expected. Unlove, love. Wondrous. It's beautiful. Okay. Now let's go to the nail post panels. I think that's where we're going to go next. Nail post panel. And how's the panel.css? What are we looking at here? Is this a grid? I really wish it was a grid. Nail post panel content. Okay. Has absolutely nothing, which is theoretically fine. But let's change that a little bit. If we display that as a grid template columns, let's go with 2FR, 1FR. We add our like info in here. We say, oh man, this is going to be almost exactly like the pages as well. Because we're literally just going to add all of the exact same stuff here, so I'm just going to copy it all. You can just do the same things from there. Oh, I should also make sure that grid column 1/3. Yeah. And now it should go across the entire thing. But those titles should hopefully never be so long. And they haven't been yet. So now what I want to do is I have this liked page thing. Okay. Button. And it's actually going to be the exact same button too. Oh my goodness. Can we just put these on the same row? I kind of want this to be display flex. Okay. Display flex. Oops, I should actually be editing the correct thing here. That sounds smart. that work? Somehow? Oh wow, that's a struggle and a half. Oh, actually, I don't really want that, do I? Yeah, I don't like that though. CSS has always been a mystery to me. No, that's not correct. If I call this a span instead of a paragraph, would that be nice? Yeah. Yeah, that looks nice. But the problem here is that the panel itself is a link. And I want it to stay as a link too. I wonder if that's possible. Oh, I can just prevent default, hey? Okay. Can I just put that here? No, no I cannot. But something else is going on here that's incorrect. Oh, it's because, yeah, okay. But also this. Okay, I'm just gonna have this apply this for me. What did you change here? Oh, just took away a thing, okay. The stop propagation, what does that do? I think that just stops you from leaving, perhaps? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's great, that's great. But now, if we go to the Explorer page, we're not actually passing in that these things have been liked. It's all going to be null, which equates to false, which means all these things say love, but if you click love, it already existed, so that's going to cause a problem. Which is why we made that other update. Explore page. Let's go back here. Yeah, see, that's gonna be a problem. Load next page. So we've got all these next posts for likes equals. So now what I'm going to do is when I explore, I'm just going to add all the post IDs. Okay, so we just grab the IDs, pass that in there. We're gonna get back a list of user likes. So now we can set liked post IDs to be the previous plus the likes, but map them x dot post ID. Boom. Now we're just going to have a bunch of stuff. It's going to be wonderful. And now liked is going to be x dot ID or liked post IDs that contains oh, it includes, isn't it? Includes x dot ID. Perfect. So now all of our posts, we should know first. We already love them. Maybe. Users already like this post, okay. So why is it not loading? Shift F5 perhaps? Nope. I know that I've loved half of these posts at least. What in the world? So now this one works. It's only one of them working seemingly, because we load in pages of 4. I've loved all these ones, but I haven't. Only one of them works. Is it always the same one? But that's not gonna work. That one works. Is that query wrong? Ah, yes, it's because I added that limit. Oh, that's so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Okay. So it's because I had that limit of 1 earlier that I talked about adding, because I was like, there's no way that you could ever want more than 1 post from this. Of course. You never would. Yeah, so there we go. Now it works. You can love it and unlove it and whatnot. You can still go there. Oh, that's so delightful. And it seems to work pretty well. I mean, I can only imagine that at scale this is going to come up with some pretty brutal problems, but this isn't at scale yet, so who cares? So going over here now, here's what we did. Is that all of these posts you can unlove. Oh, so sad. Nothing has any love anymore. Where's all the love gone in this world? It's gone. This one has 2. Now it just has 1. And you refresh, and it's all updated in the Mongo. And now you can like it. And you go here and you say, oh, well, it has 1 love. Isn't that delightful? So that's pretty sweet. One thing I'd really like to do is have a liked page. A page where you've already liked all of these posts. In fact, this could be made super simple. All we have to do is change this query to this. Let's just keep this guy up here for now. It gets all of them. And then we just have it like that. Oh my goodness, this is great. So now, oh, this is great because what it will do is that it will grab all of the likes, but only if, and it'll only filter by post IDs if it's given post IDs. So you hand it a blank slate, absolutely nothing, and it grabs all those post IDs. Or it grabs all those likes. So what we can do is then sort, and we can do created date -1. Oh, I see. So now we sort by all of these things. Yeah, that seems to work. Seems to work quite effectively. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna mute my microphone. Alright, sorry about that. I think I'm gonna end stream here. I'm gonna continue working on this, but I simply do not really feel like streaming anymore. So I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys later. It's been a hoot. See ya.